backstage area from the Metal Fest Day 2 together with Death Angel.
Yeah! Yeah!
Every time in a good mood. You play before your show, was very cool. I mean, okay, you lost a little bit of your instruments on the way, but shit happened.
Yeah, unfortunately when we were flying out here, they lost our backdrop, they lost a lot of drum pieces, and 4 guitars. So, we had to go up there and, use other people's equipment, which was really, really odd. Really, really odd. Especially, going back and doing the Ultraviolence, the album in its entirety, and using, other people's equipment was just really weird. But we made the best of it, and I think, the crowd appreciated it. And I had a blast, but, I had my microphone, so I didn't really lose anything. But, I felt for the other guys.
Good to be back in Europe.
Amazing. Europe. I prefer touring,
I can remember back 2 years ago when we did the interview here in the backstage with Dr. Trash Metal.
Yeah.
You can remember this one?
Of course.
It was great. I talked yesterday with Miller from Creator. We talked about his new album. So I want to ask you, what about you with new music, Death Angel? What's going on there in the camp?
Yeah, right now we're writing the new record. We have about 5 skeletons. I got the lyrics to 1, so I got some catching up to do. But Rob's also writing, and we plan on, with this record, the goal is to write about 15, 20 songs and pick out the best 10. Cool. And we're on our way. Right now we're just busy touring for this Ultraviolence cycle, but as soon as we get back, we're going back to more writing. But we still have a bit of touring under our belts for the rest of this year. So I think the next record probably won't be out till spring 2013, the release.
Oh, that's great. So we're like a little bit of a year. We have to wait for a new Death Angel record, and hopefully there are many shows around in Europe.
Absolutely. We'll be touring, non-stop for it. Pretty much like we did for this record,
You're satisfied with it?
Yeah!
Everything what's going on at the moment?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the most we've ever toured in the last, our whole career has been the last 2.5 years, and, it's where I prefer to be, is on the road. And now we have a lineup that can and will tour consistently, so it's great having the burden of not being able to tour, released from our systems.
So let's come back to the band history. Look back in the 80s, in the end of the 80s, you start up with Death Angel. You were very young, very young. So when you bring out your first records in that time, and you're looking, when you're sitting here with me, back at this as a wise man, because you get some gray.
I do. Some whites here. Wisdom, and smile on us.
When we look back at the time, in the late 80s, when you start up with your music, and you look at, is this the same flame, the same spirit, or change something over the years? Did you say, okay, I get more?
If anything, it's the irony is it's even more excitement now, because I think first time around is as exciting as it was to be part of the whole thrash metal movement and knowing we were part of something special. We didn't know what was we didn't know anything else. And then there were the years of not playing music, and then you realize how much you miss it. And I think having that downtime and then getting a second chance at something you love to do so much, you have in your mindset that if I ever get to do this again, I'm not going to take it for granted, and I'm going to savor every second that I get to play music. So now it's, there's still that fire, but there's also a much greater sense of appreciation now, every moment that it's happening.
Because of the time you get older, time flows faster.
Yeah, that too.
Because this is one of the points that you enjoy it more to be on the stage and can do the things. Because we know, every one of us, that life can be ending soon.
Yeah, well, hopefully not, but yeah. But yeah, people die every day. But hopefully not us for a long time.
Is that the sense of thrash metal? People die every day?
No, I mean, the sense of thrash metal, I think, is just, it's just a great release. It's just pure human raw energy. With a lot. There's definitely those dark topics and drunk blonde women.
Hello. That was the tour manager. Yeah. She's nice.
She's a very nice woman. She's our tour manager.
Since?
Gosh, for quite some time, every time we come to Europe. She's been working with us since our first European tour since we reformed. So I'm guessing 2000, 2002, 2000, yeah, 2002, I think was our first full-blown European tour when we reformed.
Something like a family member?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or their big mother?
Yeah. Sometimes that. Sometimes she has to flex her muscle on us because, you know, we can be a little mischievous, as all musicians can be. Yeah.
So let's talk about thrash metal music. We know in the last year was everything changing. We have the big four of thrash metal touring around. As an American, what do you think about this? About Megadeth, about Slayer, about Metallica, about Anthrax? For some movement, Metallica, for example. Yeah. What do you think about them? What do you think about this big four? Some people say it's like a sellout of the music, like, oh, come on, they come here, they don't even do thrash metal anymore, and yet they say the big four of thrash. Other people say, yeah, but man, that are the roots of the music, so we appreciate it. I mean, okay, Slayer is not thrash metal, it's Slayer, told me yesterday someone. So what do you think about you personally? Also, as someone who go through the time, see everything of this.
I disagree with that person. I think it's incredible. I think, they are the big four because they were and still are the big four of thrash metal. I mean, they started it. They started the movement,
What about the
Exodus. I mean, I know, well, we were all a part of it and lucky enough to be a part of it, but those were the ones who probably moved the most units. And they were, they were inspiration. So, and now I enjoy all those bands very, very much. And we've had the fortune, the good fortune, the great fortune in the last, since we've reformed, to play with all of them, on festivals and some indoor shows. And it's been amazing. And I look forward to playing many more shows with those bands and the younger bands of the thrash metal generation.
What do you think about the younger bands?
I think it's great because I think they're finding what we latched onto about this movement that was so special and this aggression that was so special, and the technicality of the music and the melody. And I think there's a lot of great bands out there doing it correctly. Right now my two favorites of the younger thrash generation, my two favorites are definitely Suicidal Angels and Havoc. Those are my two favorites.
Suicidal Angels is great from Greece, huh?
Yeah. Kicking ass. And good guys, too. And then Havoc from Denver, Colorado. Great band.
What's going on in San Francisco?
I'm not there. I don't know. No, I'm joking. Tell you the truth, the irony is, in the last 2.5 years, I have not really been there that much. Ironically enough.
Because you're always on tour.
Because I've been on tour. The longest downtime I've had in 2.5 years straight, the longest time has been a month and a half. And so, I mean, but this, when I am there, the scene has gotten stronger. There's more shows because there's more venues to play again. For a while, venues were closing. Now they're reopening new venues for, younger bands to play. And, it's going to hopefully just make the scene stronger.
Some refreshment for the American scene.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, and the world stage over here.
We all want to move.
Yeah, look at this one.
Yeah, she goes again. It's always, when you be in the backstage doing an interview, everyone is running through the camera.
Always, especially drunk blonde women.
That are the best. So let's come back to the record. You said you record at the moment. Your goal is to do 20 songs, 10 of them go to the record. You said there's some songs finished. You have to do some homework to write some lyrics when you're at home, hopefully, or the tour bus.
Yeah, a lot of times I definitely can be by myself when I'm doing that. Though.
So what can we expect from it? What do you think about this first 5 tracks are finished? I mean, of course they will kick ass, and of course they will go down forward. I know that all, but personally, what do you think about what will be the fans' reaction on it?
I think they're going to very, very much enjoy it because, I mean, it's up there aggressively. The aggression level is right up there with the last record, Relentless Retribution. But I think a lot of the chording and a lot of the chord structures are going back to just a lot of the, more memorable riffs that were, involved in, say, Ultraviolence in Act 3. But the aggression itself is going to be still up there.
So we have to should we be respectful and fearful of the next Avenged tour?
Of course.
That the trash is coming around the corner?
Oh yeah, we're definitely, coming back to our thrash roots in a big, big, big way and trying to, cling to them and try to expand on them as much as possible, staying true to what, the original thrash what it was about.
This is one of my last questions. I'm interested when you said it. What is the original trash?
You know, it was
For you?
for me. It was just a raw excitement and a feeling of aggression and a sense of belonging to a group that was part of something really special.
That's cool. That's great. Appreciate that you've been so, how should I say, how's the English word for it? Honest?
Honest, sincere, sober at the moment. No. For the moment.
So you see I also fail in my interviews all the time?
No. He succeeds. Succeeds.
Thank you. And I would say thank you for your time.
Of course.
Thank you for this
And
interview.
we'll do it again when the next record comes out.
I hopefully that we do it again. But again with Dr. Trash, and the last words are yours for your fans out there.
Yeah. Thank you again for the years of support, and I say that from the bottom of our heart because right now we're touring for the 25th anniversary of the Ultraviolence. I mean, 25 years since the debut album came out, and the only reason that we get to do that, you know, we've reissued it, so it's out. It comes out technically. The real release date is June 6th. So, but it is available at our shows and our festivals we're playing right now. And the reason that it is happening is because of the years of support from you guys. And you're the flame behind why we're writing new music and trying to, you know, improve on ourselves with every, you know, future release is because, you know, the fans inspire us.
Thank you.
Yeah.